Hello there! Welcome back to my channel, and thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me. I really appreciate it. Today I'm skipping straight to the desk and we're going to do a little coloring. I've gone ahead and I've stamped a couple of images from the Spectacular Adventures stamp set from Altenew. I've had this set for a while and I haven't really used it, but it's got a pair of glasses along with some things that you can reflect in the glasses. Of course, if you want, you can just use the glasses and then stamp your own stuff on the inside. So there's a lot of things you can do with this set, which is why I like it. I also have the corresponding die that goes with it. But today we're going to do a little bit of a three color gradient using my Copic markers. For this, I'm going to show you both of these, both the empty sunglasses and the regular sunglasses, and we'll just have a good time. Now, the colors that I am using today for the oranges, I've got a YR04, a YR15, and an E0000. And then for the browns, I have an E18, an E31, and an E87. But of course, you're free to choose whatever colors you like. So I'm going to start with the sky part of this lower one, and then we'll go in with the browns for this. Now I've stamped this in Memento, which is a dye-based ink, using this stamp pad. Normally I like to work with VersaFine, which is an oil-based ink, but these alcohol markers will dissolve the oil-based ink, and you don't want to go there. All right. So what I usually do is I start with the dark and I move to the light when it comes to Copics. So since this is the really darkest of the Copics, I'm just going to create a line at the top. We take the next color down, which is the YR15, and then I start at the line itself. So the dividing point between the two colors is where I start, because what will happen with a Copic is that it will dissolve that line and sort of dissolve out, which is why I like to use these particular markers, especially when I'm coloring on this type of cardstock. Okay. Now, go in with the really light color. This is the E4 with the E0000. And here I'm actually going to start at the line and pull down. You could also use a yellow. You know, as it gets lighter in color, you light orange, or you can go to a yellow. I'm just doing this because I want to make sure that there's a very good demarcation of the colors. And you will probably have to go over this line multiple times to try to blur it. That's perfectly fine. I'm going up to the line here of the mountains. Again, I'm pulling out and down into this area. Now, I'm not liking where this is going, so I'm going to take a bit more of this lightest orange, and I'm going to add a bit more of that ink right in here. Okay. And go back in with the E while this is still wet to give it the real opportunity to blend out. Okay, now I'm going to work a little bit on the mountains. Now with the mountains, I want to start with I'm going to start with the dark down here, because the whole idea is the light's coming in this way and reflecting. So and this will actually lighten up this brown. Once I start pulling up with the other colors. Okay, so now we're going on with the E87. And here I'm going to do a little bit of flicking here at the line, just to give something for the lighter color that I'm coming in with in just a minute here to grab onto. And again, I start here at the line to start to blur that. You can go over all of it to make sure everything gets really blurred when you're using the lightest color. Don't worry, your marker's not going to pick up the other colors of ink. I thought so too until I was working on it and it started really working with this type of marker, and it doesn't do that. So water markers tend to do that, but this won't. But that's why we use these, just because we don't see the stroke lines that we see with watercolor markers, and also the blending is really key. Okay, so that's done. I'm going to add a little more color here. Come down a little bit further with this lighter orange. And this lens, I'll start up here. And come back in with the really light color. Yeah, really push and move this ink around. Take this all the way down to the horizon line, and we'll let that dry. Well, let's take a look here. Here we're going to start with the dark one. I'm going to put a lot more of this dark color here, since we have no landscape or other colors to work with. So this, we're just doing a straight gradient. Okay, so we come in with the next one. This is the YR15. And I know that these look really close to each other. They are kind of. But once they dry, it'll be a bit more obvious. Again, we go start color at the line. And here, because I want this spot down here to be the lightest, I'm going to, I'm creating these little flick marks. I'm still learning how to use this medium myself, so if you have a better idea of how to do something, just leave it in the comments. I'm always willing to learn new things with this, because I'm mostly a pencil guy. So, all right. And these are Copic markers. I also use Ohuhu markers, which are really nice. They are a bit less expensive than a Copic. The one downside is you can't refill them, and you can't buy single markers, at least not that I've seen. Again, blurring the line there a little bit. Now, if these two colors were really close in value, that line would disappear altogether, much like up here, where the YR15 and the YR04 would have been, you can't really tell where the line is between those two. But yeah, it's okay to really saturate these with ink so that it will move and blend, giving you a better looking result. So there we go. So then I just need to cut these out and I can use them on a card. So there we go. Coloring with Copics, and just to show you the back so you can see it's very saturated with ink. So yeah, I'm just going to cut these out and we'll make some cards with it. Thanks so much for stopping by today and hanging out. We'll see you again real soon. Go ahead and give me a like and a subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Otherwise, I will see you the next time. Bye-bye.